Workplace romance, lots of times considered a bad idea, but they don't have to get messy. This morning, we're getting a few etiquette tips on that. Courtney is joined by an expert who is sharing some tips ahead of Valentine's Day.
We're tickled by it doesn't have to get messy, right? Because we've got Rosalinda Randall, our etiquette expert here. Workplace romances happen everywhere. It doesn't matter where you work. It doesn't matter, the generations. It happens everywhere. Just some things you should know. For example, the company policy.
I mean, I feel like saying, duh, kind of. But, check your company policy. You did sign it, and a lot of companies forbid romantic relationships, or they want you to disclose it as you enter romantic relationships. And most of them, which is for obvious reasons, do not allow boss-subordinate relationships. I mean, that's just, again, for obvious reasons. So check the company policy before you enter or hook up.
So here's the other thing, because we are getting closer to Valentine's Day, a lot of times people want to show it off and they want to do social media and all the things, but you say you have to be wary of those kinds of things.
A little bit. I'm not telling people what to do. They want to do it. Maybe they have private accounts, maybe they don't. And even with private accounts, if the people you're associated with share it or use it later, be careful. And also, as you enter a relationship, especially at work, hold off with those intimate sharing things, just like sexting and sharing intimate photos and things, because sometimes, I don't want to be a downer, but sometimes you break up. And then it comes down to really personal, professional ethics, morals, principles, whatever you want to call them, where people feel like, okay, especially if you're scorned, well, I've got these, I'm going to get back at you. So for professional purposes, limit.
Right, limit. And to that point, try not to bring those problems to work, which again, it just seems like it's common sense, but you've seen it.
I mean, we all bring problems, our teenager is on our nerves or whatever it happens, but because you are the focus, people know you as a couple at work, you sit next to each other at meetings, you have lunch every day, and then you don't, there's going to be talk. You're just in front of everyone. So try from the very beginning maybe to say, once we enter the building, is it more of a professional relationship? You don't want to get caught making out, in the elevator and makes people uncomfortable.
Right. Well, speaking of other folks in the building or in your workspace, coworkers also play into this. Is this something that you should discuss with your coworkers? Is this any of their business? What does that look like?
It is their business if you're close to them. If you have a relationship, oh, we're seeing each other. Unless you want to maintain that, well, then they don't want to. You better not be caught. Passing notes or
canoodling,
whatever it is. But with your coworkers, keep the super intimate things to yourself.
Okay.
I wouldn't share them. It could make them uncomfortable, and then they have to pick sides if you break up, and it's just can be messy.
And then the one thing, also don't want to be a downer, and we'll leave it on this one. Career opportunities arise. You might be in a relationship, but then it might send you somewhere else because of your job.
Most definitely. So one added thing is talk, plan, and even make rules and boundaries when you enter that relationship. Because yes, what if one of you becomes the boss? Can your relationship handle it? Or you get an out-of-state job opportunity. What's going to happen? And also be careful with relationship status. Social media isn't always accurate. If you only see them every other weekend, maybe they're in a long-distance relationship and you just fill the time while they're in town. So be careful with that.
Filling the time. All right. Well, she is Rosalinda Randall, the author of Don't Burp in the Boardroom and several other books as well. We're going to link all the details to our website, gooddaysacramento.com, under show info and today's date. Talk it out, baby sprouts. We got more Good Day coming up on the other side of this break.